British Railways' enormous modernisation scheme goes full steam ahead. Of the estimated £1,200 million to be spent in 15 years, 1/3 has now been committed. Work is on schedule. The aim is to make British Railways the best in the world. Throughout the programme, the technique is modernity itself. Surveying of new routes, extensions, alterations is largely by air. Over big areas, such as the Kent Coast electrification scheme, aerial camera survey does the work more efficiently and far more quickly than could be done by ground surveyors. The films, taken so as to overlap slightly, make a complete picture of the area covered. From this picture, Southern Region engineers worked out details of plans necessary for the Kent Coast scheme and then submitted them for expert examination by the Southern Area Board, its chief engineers and top executives. One of the earliest parts of the railway modernisation programme, it was urged forward by Sir Philip Water, the board chairman. Wherever required by Chief Operating Superintendent S.A. Fitch and his team, models were made. Though only part of the 15-year plan, the Kent Coast scheme is a tremendous undertaking. The cost will be 45 millions. 250 route miles will be electrified, and the first phase of the scheme, as far as Ramsgate, Dover and Sheerness, will operate by June 1959. By 1962, all lines in Kent will have been electrified, and the Kent Coast Line will not only carry the heavy and always increasing holiday traffic, it will also improve residential services for people working in London. Diesel locomotion, welcomed by the head of the British Transport Commission, Sir Brian Robertson, is now being established on main lines that are not electrified. This is another aspect of the modernisation programme. Easily driven, easily and quickly maintained, the diesel nowadays has overwhelming advantages over the steam locomotive. And paradoxical as it may seem, it pays the railways and the country to run trains on imported oil rather than on home-produced coal. Still steam-hauled by magnificent engines are most of the crack trains of the western region. It's no use washing whiter if the Cornish Riviera passes the clothesline. The famous King-class locomotives pull another Western region flyer, the Bristolian. Fastest train in Britain, the Bristolian at times exceeds 100 miles an hour. Its average for the run, 67 miles an hour. It's sad to think that superb locomotives of the King and Coronation class must be superseded. Drivers who know their ways and moods as if the engines lived are loath to bid them goodbye. But soon many will drive diesels. Classes are held to teach them the mysteries of the oil age. And as most men nowadays understand motor cars, the diesel isn't a mystery for long. On main lines, the big diesel engines are gradually replacing the steam loco. In pairs, they've often pulled the Royal Scot to Glasgow in the last 8 years. On this region, as on others, diesel power will largely displace steam, and eventually the main lines will be electrified. Manufacture of the electric parts of diesel-electric power units is going ahead with all speed. The diesel motors drive dynamos to generate current for the electric motors, which are the final drive to the wheels. Close by, another famous works is at full pressure, turning out 1,000-horsepower diesel-electric locomotives. Because diesel engines need so much less maintenance than steam, and don't have to wait to get steam up, 130 can do the work of over 200 steam locomotives. Another diesel development, using 2 or more power units along one train, is already in service on express intercity routes, here running between Birmingham and Cardiff. It's first-class travel even in the second-class coaches. No smoke, no dirt. Key to fast, safe, heavy traffic is modern signalling. At York is the £500,000 all-electric finger and thumb signal box, controlling 33 miles of track and all traffic in and out of York's 16 platforms. 27 men now do what 70 once did in the 8 old-type signal boxes. The money saving is $20,000 a year. It's safer and handles more traffic in less time. Also in York is the Railway Museum, showing how far we've come in 100 years. Third-class travel on the Bodmin line, Cornwall, round about 1840, was an ordeal. All the same, it was then a miracle to go by steam along the Iron Road. Nor was it exactly luxury in the first class. Back in 1829, the Pioneer engine showed that Stephenson's dream had come true. But look at the monster Deltic, 106 tons, 90 miles an hour, 3,300 horsepower. All spruced up, it was at Euston on exhibition with the train of the near future, possessing a general standard of comfort not bettered anywhere in the world. It won't be the designer's fault if passengers don't think it quite a cut above home comfort. Before long, railways will only carry coal to industrial areas, not burn it themselves. It's less wasteful to use oil on railways for the time being, till the day when nuclear-generated electricity helps the main lines to be electrified. Meanwhile, the diesel holds the fort. At Paddington, the first diesel hydraulic locomotive, built in British Railways' own workshops, was named after the chairman of British Transport Commission. The general manager of the Western region, Mr. K.W.C. Grand, was in charge of the ceremony. Sir Brian Robertson, as head of British Railways, is at the helm of the vast modernisation programme. Nothing on comparable scale has been attempted ever in Great Britain before. In vision, imagination and application, the scheme is abreast of this day and age. To say farewell to the steam locomotive was one of the many bold decisions in the campaign to turn the railway system of Britain into the best in the world.
Ah, well, hello. It's me. I'm here, and we're building this wonderful engine we've got here. Well, I say building. There's not much left to build. Like, most of this is already done. This is what we've got left. These 2 pages. And that's it. Everything else is done. We'll need to get this open for one part of that. But I was just seeing if I could. And I can. So that's good. And it fits back easily enough. Good, good. Because later on, when we make the steam cone for the condenser tower, that's where it's going in there. But yeah, this was last time's creation. The boiler and firebox. We've got here our lovely firebox with candles, and we've got the boiler in here and safety valves on the top there, but I'm going to need to remove that for one part later, and then, put it back. But it's there just so I have somewhere for it to go. And at some point we need to connect these 2 parts. There's stuff. There's stuff to go. Oh, we are going to boil some water. Yes, that's a thing we're going to do. We're going to do it right here. Anyway, let's get the main bulk of the engine out of the way for now, because we don't need it at this moment. The rest of that I don't think we need right now. Yeah. Okay, but we are building the steam pipe first. Heat resistant silicone. On the one end is the magnetic safety valve, which I showed you earlier. Connecting the pipe to the boiler. The other end is fitted to the steam bellows, which is in turn connected to the waste steam pipe. The first step, we will prepare the proportioning pump that is needed to fill the boiler with the correct amount of water. Okay, so let's get that stuff together. Here's our silicone pipe. Oh yeah, and these are for later, when we've finished. I need the ruler for this. I need to measure out some parts. Cutting board. I suppose I would probably use the scissors, but Oh, these knives are all in the these blades are all in the wrong spots. Hold on. That go there. This goes there, those go there. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's better. Better. No, I don't think I need that delicate. Big one will probably do fine. So let's cut down. Right. Cut off exactly 2 centimeters of the steam pipe. Okay. Yeah, that worked rather well. Okay, so we've got 2 centimeters of pipe. Then connect that to the nozzle of the 10mm syringe. Right, one of these syringes is the one I need. Yeah, I remember CA. I remember that. Boy, was that optimistic. But this should be the last one. I should have it finished today. Is this the 10? That's the 10. That's the 2. Okay, so this one. This syringe. Right, put that here. Secure the pipe by tightly winding several rounds of strong twine around it. Well, I have some here. Where is it? Well, it's wire, but whatever. Yeah, come on. No, I'm gonna have to undo that. Ah, my undoing. Tying things with string. This part will be even better if you roughen the nozzle beforehand. Do I have something that can do that? Yeah, I'm sure I do. Sure I do. Yep, that's roughed up. Apparently it adheres better if I do that. So, let's try that again. Let's get some more wire. Just fuckloads of it. Shitloads of wire. I've got tons. Let's use it. A little bit more for fun. And then it says a little bit of glue as well. Okay. What a wonderful creation. There's definitely nothing wrong with this. I think I need to lower the light a little. Oh, is it on white? Hold on. Yeah, that's better. You do that. What I need to do now. Take the glove. 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 Made from the extra thin PE film and cut off the middle finger at the base. Okay. Middle finger removed. Cut off a small bit from the fingertip to make a hole just large enough for the steam pipe. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. This is going to become the bellows, apparently. Push the pipe from the large opening through the finger pull it through until only 10 millimeters of the pipe remains inside the finger. In this position, the bellows should be fixed on the pipe. So, like, yeah, this. For this, take the two small O-rings one. Oh, wait, there are small ones and there are large ones. Which one did it say it needed? The small ones with an internal diameter of 6.5 millimeters. These ones. Thread an O-ring on the bellows and push it forward to the end of the steam pipe and then further until it sits there securely in place. Okay. I need to shit. to get that back in. Alright, got that ring. On that. Then slide the second O-ring next to the first, leaving a distance of about 1 centimeter. I'll need to undo that then a bit, because I need a bit more leeway on the pipe. In that case. Now to get the second one on. Yeah. Okay. So we have one end. On the other side of the O-rings, the bellows should stick out a bit, so make sure the thing is completely airtight. Pretty certain it is. Check the connection by holding the other end shut and blowing into the pipe. Don't blow too hard or you might rupture the bellows. It worked! Take the small syringe. And remove the plunger. The sharp knife cut off both the bottom with the nozzle and the top to obtain a tube of 35mm length. To make sure the sharp ends don't cut into the bellows, hold them for a few seconds over the flame of a lighter. Okay. Alright then, let's think this is what I want again. How long's that? What? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, I need this to be not quite as long as this. To cut some off. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, that went somewhere. Perfect. It's just what I needed. Now, they say to hold up next to a lighter. It's a good thing that I have one. It's slightly smaller now, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Right. Hey, good. Fuck you, Pank, I'm gonna do it. If Twitch bans me, then they do. Right, I need to get these two into the bellows here. Nope. Good. Okay, that's the first part. Now we're on to the next. Fitting of the steam system and waste steam cone. Steam system consisting of a steam pipe, steam bellows, and a waste steam pipe, which we have not yet done. It's fitted in a way that it can be easily taken out for maintenance and repair. A small but important aluminium waste steam cone stands in the condensate reservoir above the end of the waste steam pipe and channels the steam directly to the aluminium tube in the chimney. This way, practically no water condenses inside the chimney base. This only happens inside the tube in the chimney, from which it drops straight into the condensate reservoir. Okay. Open the valve fully, open the cylinder lid, and remove the dividing wall from the cylinder block. Push the two larger O-rings onto... No, we already did that. So pull the steam pipe through the small hole. Right, so I need to go in. Push the steam pipe with its open end first from the chimney side through the waste steam bracket, pipe bracket, through the cylinder block and through the front hole in the front side. Oh, here. Okay, so yeah, this needs to go in and through there. And then through this hole down here. Come on. There we go. Then pull steam pipe till the two small rings securing the bellows are just on the inside of the cylinder wall. Then put the dividing wall back in. Okay. And that puts the two O-rings in this little section here. Now I got all this pipe at this end. Then push the dividing wall back in. Yep. The steam bellows is now completely inside the cylinder block. The waste steam pipe ends inside the chimney base frame. So actually I need to keep the condensate reservoir in the base frame under the waste steam pipe. So it's like this. Push the valve back up. It can now close the steam bellows by pushing it into the foam with the valve attunement. Close the cylinder lid. Well, I can't close it fully because I fucked up the bracket that closes it. But, you know, I'm going to pull up the visual guide I have and see if that is how it's supposed to appear. Because I'm like, the bellows are going to be like half out. Is that right? Oh, it is indeed. That is exactly how it's supposed to appear. Yes, Pank. I believe so. We're here, and this is the end of the instructions. So we're close. We're really close. Right. Let's get this ring magnet. Push the end of the pipe through the ring magnet. Come on, get in there, you bastard. And how far does that need to stick out? 1 or 2 millimeters. So not a lot, actually. That's... yeah. That should do. Okay. Now put the stick valve on top of the boiler, yeah. It'll click shut on the washer, but will open automatically if the pressure in the boiler gets too high. Also, the valve is easy to take off for filling the boiler with water. Also can probably put this back. Now, we haven't actually got that connected yet, but we'll get there. Anyway, we've got some more cutting. Get the template for the waste steam cone. Right, that's in here. That's this. And this. We have a nice template here. Okay. That's the end of that. And I won't need this either. Get out of here. Now we need tape. Again. Stick it onto the aluminium sheet using sticky tape. Given my experience last time, I'm literally just going to lather the whole fucking thing with tape. Just coat it completely. Because none of this will actually matter. This is the last piece I need to make out of the aluminium sheet. There's nothing else. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think that's also the end of the use of tape in this as well. So, we have this that we need to cut out. But first, I need to find food, apparently.
Drink.
And drink. Peanuts. Oh, peanuts. Okay, back to it. The first thing requires me to get... I think I need this again. Here we go. Yeah, you can see it on the other side. Good. I need to do that so it'll bend easier later. Right, I need to cut out this. Oh! Medicine alarm. Take drugs, kids. Hmm. I'll get back to that. Sorted. Well, at least that bit. Let's not get my hands directly inside where the scissors are cutting. Hmm. Excuse me. Oh well, that makes injury number one. Now we need to cut this bit out. Alright. We've got our metal piece. Bend the part into a cone with the big opening at the bottom, small one at the top, and a large rounded cutout on one side. It's easy to do this with your fingers. Use a pencil to help with forming the shape. Bend the small tabs inwards and stick them through the slits on the opposite side. Oh, I see, it's supposed to go out like this. Oh, other way around. No? What? Huh? Oh! No? bend it back. Go get these eagle pliers. See if I can straighten it out a bit. Oh, right. Go. Place the waste steam cone into the condensate reservoir with the waste steam pipe sticking through the opening on the side. Okay. Funnel. Okay, what's next? Adjustment of piston rod and valve. Pull the piston and piston rod, which are currently not glued together, as far apart as possible so the walking beam stands as high as possible and the piston is pushing the steam bellows flat against the bottom of the cylinder. Then, while holding the piston in place, push the piston rod back into position so the walking beam stands as high as possible. Then, while holding the piston in place, push the piston rod into the piston until the other side of the walking beam stands as high as possible. Yeah. Okay. And I think we got some parts long ago that we finally have something to do with. 1 2mm and 1 8mm long spacer from a cotton bud, and 1 7mm end stop. Yeah, I've got something like that. I think. There's our 8. There's our 2. Ah. Put the 8mm long spacer on the axle. Ah, the axle that I've got in here. Yeah, well, I'll need that later. The 7mm end stop. Be sure I have something like that here. Yeah, and there's a little piece of tube. I think I cut those off like 6 streams ago. Now we finally need them. Oh no, that's this. Oh. Might need to cut some more bits in a bit. Right now I need this. Okay. This goes out of there. For now, we need this to go on to here. Then this. Then this. God, it's so small. My feet, my hands so big. Ah! Ooh. There it goes. Then, a little piece here. that's attached. Now, I need to attach that into this. Carefully turn the flywheel and observe the movement of the valve. If the valve jams, as it pushes into the bottom of the cylinder, then you have to make the valve rod slightly longer. If the valve doesn't close far enough, the steam will blow through without building up enough pressure, in which case it needs to be shortened. Okay, let's have a look then. Never fitted that. I'm going to have to do that later. I must have missed that when I was making it. But okay, let's look out for these things that I need to look for. Yeah, that seems good. That seems good. Now, I need to actually get that sorted out properly because I haven't done that because I somehow missed that. Was it mentioned back during the piston? Yes, I did. I missed that completely because it was literally fit the piston rod to the other end of the walking beam the same way you fitted the connecting rod. So I need to do that. So what do I need? Do I have the parts I need already? Quite possibly. I've definitely got some spacer parts of tube left. And I've got this which this is literally the only thing left. So I can use the rest of this to use the end parts. Okay, so what do I need? Two, 4, 2, 6. Yeah, I've got those. Okay. Well, I need to get this out of the way, just so I can see feel what I'm doing. Oh no! It's Guts Man! Oh, a bit too big. Need to cut them down a little. Come back. Need to measure small, tiny things. Right, let's try again. Okay. Do I like Phillips or Flathead more? Flathead, I think, actually, because with Phillips, when you scale down to really small screws, a Phillips slipping utterly fucks the screw head. It's just buggered. A flathead, you're less likely for that to go on because there's more purchase. But once you get bigger, it's irrelevant. Really, it's fine either way. Flathead does feel more secure though. But that's just a feeling. I don't know. Let's put these pieces in here with the other things that we're going to use later, because there's still some bits in there that we are going to use. I don't think anything else needs cutting. Okay. We are ready for the test run. We are ready to test run this engine. Always observe the following safety instructions. Never let the steam engine run unattended. Never heat the boiler when it is empty. It can be damaged beyond repair. Never be cautious with open flames and hot steam. Supervise children. Well, I ain't got any of those here. Check the condensate level regularly and empty the reservoir in due time. So occasionally get rid of the condensation. Empty the condensate reservoir after use. Flick the water out of the chimney and let it dry thoroughly. Okay. Fill the boiler only with clean water. If your tap water is very hard, it is better to use distilled or rainwater to avoid the buildup of limescale inside the boiler. The boiler should not be filled more than halfway, otherwise water is splashed into the steam pipe. The correct water level can be adjusted with the proportioning pump made from the large syringe and the 2 cm silicone tube, i.e. the thing we made at the start. Anyway, so I do live in a very hard water area. Like, really hard. But I was prepared. I have some distilled water. Got it from the chemical suppliers. Okay. Repeatedly pour water into the pump and fill it into the boiler. Each time, push the nozzle of the pump fully into the hole and try pulling water back out. As long as you only draw air, you can add more water. As soon as you start drawing water, it is at its maximum level. Right? That's why I wanted it to be precisely that length. Right. Disconnect that. God damn it. I hate these foil seals. Time to get the knife again. I see we're soon to have an ad break. Well, I'm just filling water, so I won't start anything while the ads are on. Oop. Still good. Still good. Ah, there we go. We are at capacity. Right. Right. Now. Here we go. Well, as soon as I get the lighter again. You're watching. Here we go. One of these days, Pank, I should tell you about that time we lost power for 2 days and we ended up playing Call of Cthulhu in the living room, lit entirely by tea lights because there were no windows. Right. Now we wait. Gotta wait for the water to boil. So in a few minutes, we should see steam escape from this here. How are you all doing today? Not boiling it in advance. I don't have any way to do that. Not in here. But let's get a good view of the whole of the machine for all of you at home. Yeah, this should do. Oh, you! Yeah, I can't fit the chimney just yet. I am saving. Saving my soul by engaging in this activity of steam power. Oh yeah, there's some heat coming there. Ah, there we go. Steam! We have steam! go! And it goes! It moves! Oh, there's not. It's not even having a problem. It's just it just keeps going. Fantastic. We've got it. It's going. Now, what do I need to do? Yes. I think it moved this thing out of alignment a little. Oh dear. Water. Something's not right. That's why we test fire. No, something. Yeah, this is why we test things. So we've got water in the pipe. So I think I know what the issue was. Yeah, no, this seems fine. Yeah, okay, so I think what happened uh, was it's easily solved, actually. Well, it seems to have partially solved itself already, to be honest. It was over full. And that splashed water into the. Okay, I think I'm ready to try firing it again. Oh, I think the wax splashed out when I moved it. Okay. Try again. Wow, this has actually gone on much longer than I thought it would. Okay, we've got steam. Oh, we're getting splashes of water into the pipe again. Okay, I think we're alright. It doesn't help that the wheel is slightly wonky, which I'm going to lose some power as it goes. Hmm. Where am I losing power from? What is jap? Maybe it needs to loosen. Ah, I need to loosen this a little bit. Maybe that's a bit tight. Well, this is all nothing to do with the pressure. It's all in here. We have this part which depresses the bellows. Hmm. Okay. We'll try it with that adjustment. Let's see if that was the problem. Oh, the plastic tube gets clamped by this thing. And this thing is very much stuck in there. So, we haven't got much going on there. Maybe... Because this should work if I've adjusted the piston and the valve rod correctly. But I'm probably going to bleed off some power, as said, from this. Okay, now that was worse. Let's put that back. Do some more adjustments then. This is the bit I think I really need to work with. Oh, accidentally pulled the axle out. adjusted the piston a little. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. See if that changes anything. Worse. Probably should put some more water in there. We're getting there, we're getting there. You're almost right. You're almost right. Right, got steam coming out of the pipe. By golly, I think we've got it. Okay. I'm declaring that good. Right, now we've got a few last bits to do. Now that we've got everything where we want it. I need to glue on the two halves of the piston top, the valve rod cover plates, and the name plates. Time for some gluing, everyone. Thought we'd escaped glue? No. You'd be wrong. Now we've got to leave that to go for a little, leave that to dry for a little. Oh no, no, these two bits as well. These two bits as well. Done just yet then. These. Finally, the nameplate. The steam engine is the property of BadSpaceKing. Built in November 2025, October 2025. Right, I'll keep the rest of the glove. In case it's required for repairs. Something goes wrong. Right, now, gotta let that shit dry for a little while before the next part. But, in the meantime, I've got another little documentary for you.
If one looks at transport in the present and last century, it's obvious that the steam engine is more than just a symbol of man's achievement. It has had a strong romantic appeal, and the dedication of countless thousands of train lovers probably surpasses that of even car or aeroplane enthusiasts. Which is why the end of the line, in the real and most poignant sense, is such a nostalgic sight. Here at Stratford Works in East London, old locomotives are being cut up for scrap metal at the rate of 2 or 3 every week. Ironically enough, this train graveyard is the place where some of them were actually built between 1921 and 28. Now, having been replaced in northeast London by an electric service, over 50 tank engines, as they're called, have been withdrawn from service and are being converted into scrap. Within a few days, these powerful old locomotives, once identifiable as the N7 class, will be reduced to just 60 tons of characterless steel and cast iron, copper and other non-ferrous metals. Needless to say, there is a never-ending demand from enthusiasts for souvenirs of these old-timers, whistles, name and number plates, and there have been requests for the cast-iron chimneys weighing 3.5 hundredweight. Here, for example, is a number plate which will be saved for collectors. Unlike their flesh and blood counterparts, these old iron horses, as they were affectionately known, can't be put out to pasture at the end of their life service. They're not efficient enough for work anymore, yet too valuable to stand idle. Each one, in fact, is worth, in scrap, nearly £1,500. Hence we get sad, although admittedly spectacular, sights like this. Pictures like these provide a sorry but inevitable reflection of the times in which sentiment is not allowed to stand in the way of progress. The age of steam is practically dead.
To an engineer, this is a very sad picture. The graveyard of engines, where past kings of the iron road are broken up. Of steel they were made, and to steel they return. Great electric magnets lift the giant girders as if they were made of cork. It's only the electric current holding it, and when the current is switched off, nowadays, scrap steel is almost as valuable as new metal, and every pound of steel is guarded as carefully as a milligram of precious metal by a goldsmith. From the engine of the past is born the engine of the future. For scrap iron and steel for rearmament, American railroad men find a new answer to the old question, what to do with derelict goods wagons. Rattling with age, they're dragged to the breaking up yard, the wood for a bonfire, the metal for the international junk men. During the next few years, experts estimate that nearly half of the world's new steel and ironwork will consist of old metal purified by fire in great furnaces. When I was at school, they used to teach me that matter is indestructible. Now I know they were right. So these may one day be shells or bombs, or perhaps just peaceful machinery.
For those who prefer this type of horsepower, we visit the locomotive works at Brighton, where some of the grand old engines of yesterday are being broken up. For the benefit of any train spotters in the audience, this is the hulk of a King Arthur class engine built at Eastleigh in about 1920. This, to train lovers particularly, is an unhappy sight. So over now to Eastleigh to see the latest multiple unit diesel electric train for the London to Hastings run. By 1958, all steam trains on the line will have been replaced by diesel electric, similar to ordinary electric trains, except that the current required is provided by diesel engine generators carried on the trains and not from a third rail. In addition, the new train was introduced here to save the expense of widening the narrow tunnels en route, which limit the width of the coaches. By the way, driver Alf Smith has changed to these trains after 20 years with steam. In a 12-car train, two 6-car units with a powerful engine at each end of the train, 2,000 horsepower is developed, giving speeds of over 80 miles an hour, a tribute to a fine piece of engineering.
Alright, we're back. But we're back with this. Because I need to make absolutely damn sure what I've just done has dried. So I'm gonna let it. Because we got a little more to do. Just a little. But I need those to have dried first. What am I doing? I blanked out. Ah, yes, this is what I was doing. Buying Mexican cargo. So that I get access to Central America. Go real fast. Ah, what are you getting, Tall Panzer? Bees! Bees. Congratulations. You now own bees. I'm just buying everything so that I can meet the requirement of buying things. So I'm just buying literally everything. Yeah, I need to buy 47 more cargo, and then I've finished that. Sell things back that make me profit. How many have I done now? How many do I need now? 7. Next station, I'll have it. Let's take order to depart off. Middle East Upper unlocked. Ah, Batman. I bought ganja. Can't buy Tehran, too expensive. Buy Shiraz. Mashhad. They're out. I need to get 19 more stations upgraded. Oh, fuck. That's going to be a tall order. Gold from cars. Meet market demands. Serve passengers. That's just going to need fuckloads of money. Which, well, I do have a lot. Don't have that much lot. We're going to see. Oh yeah, put auto depart back on so I don't have to worry about it. more speed. A cryo car. Okay, let's go again. Luxury food car. And finally, Paris windmill car. I don't think Paris has a lot of windmills. Oh, that's literally it. I've finished all the gumball cars. They've all been gotten. So there's just... Or it won't let me have any more just yet. One or the other. There's still a bunch of ones left to be, like, built in factories and things, which I have not done. There's other places for these things. Can we get out of Mexico? We'll find out. Yeah, so I'm trying to time half an hour so that I'm pretty sure the glue has set, and then we can move on. Right, San Fran and then on to the port. Alright, here we are. We're going to Helsinki to continue the plot. Might as well buy and sell goods while I'm on the way. I need to do it for this area anyway. Last stop before heading out of Africa. Amtrak, you say? I haven't prepared to show this at all, but I'm gonna.
Friday, Friday, Friday! Don't miss the first day of summer on the train! Flying? Don't be ridiculous! Little bags of pretzels? No way! Tiny windows? I don't think so! Middle seats? Get out of here! Take the train instead! Yeah! See fan favorites like Trainosaurus Rex, Mega Loco, and the City of New Orleans! Check out the funny cars! Over 18 inches of seat, but you'll only need the edge! We'll see you at the station!
That's a completely real advert they put out. They knew who they're marketing to. Where are we? We're here, and we're trying to get. Yeah, we're trying to get to Helsinki. Well, okay. I think we've probably left it long enough. But I've got another little documentary for you before we get back to it.
There's also sentiment. And that's why the famous old Festiniog-Portmarnock narrow gauge railway is still this sort of link with the past reality today. There was a railway here when steam engines were unknown, with trainloads of slate from the mountains going down to the coast by gravity and horses to haul the empty trucks back. Now, tourists keep this narrow gauge line alive. Before World War II, this private railway ran at a loss, almost crippling the enthusiasts who ran it. Since then, in the effort the world has made to rediscover its roots, the Festiniog Railway has made a comeback as a curiosity and a bit of old world peace. Tickets, please. But in fact, he sells the tickets as a conductor does on a bus. This is all sorts of yesterdays. Here's a museum on wheels with more of its old, disused track being cleared every year and refurbished. The train itself, with museum-piece back and front engines, is getting marvelously with it and up to date. Because this is what you'd call service. Let's drink in a modern-day manner to yesterday. Let's go to Burr Island.
Alright, we're back. Now, there is something to be done. I didn't just do this. Oh, go away, game. I didn't just do this for kicks. I mean, I did. I wanted to make a steam engine. But why make a steam engine if it doesn't do anything? Which is why I also got this Ferris wheel kit by the same makers. And it's, got to build a load of, bits and, big wheel and little cubicles and, big arches and lots of various wheels. And, you know, that would take me a fair amount of time. So here's one I made earlier. Here's our lovely thing. And I've got the band and the axle that'll go, and it goes, turns freely. It's all held in place. I just need to get this like this. Hooked into the hooked into the, there we go. Is this on? Need to bring the camera up for this one. Okay. Yeah, we've got a band hooked into a little thing on the end of the flywheel. Right, it's had a bit of time to cool off, so So we'll have to get it to wait. We'll have to wait a minute. You need to twist it around the other way, though. Hold on. Oh, no, this is right. This is right. So we just need to wait for the water to boil. Hmm? No. This is cardboard. All of this is cardboard. Aside from the cage there, the metal tray for the metal tray for the tea lights, the boiler, and there's some tin foil inside the chimney, and there's a condenser and there's a steam cone in the thing that's also aluminium. But the rest of it, aside from like tubing, is all cardboard. Oh, the actual base of this is a bit of MDF, but that's the only bit of wood in the whole construction. MDF isn't really wood. Ah, we're getting steam. We're getting steam. And it's running! Oh, the the fucking thing came off. Oh, that's just this. But yeah, it's proven. It works. This whole thing works. The steam engine is a success. I have made a working steam engine. Yeah, it is why I need chain, but it's not what it came with. Yeah, so... And the engine's still going. So, we're done. We did it. We built a steam engine, everyone. And, one last thing before I leave you. I'm just going to make sure I've... Alright. Well, I'll be passing you over after this. But here we go.
British Rail have in fact solved many of their problems during the past few years. Not all of them, as most travellers know. But our railways network is certainly taking on a slicker, more streamlined appearance. Diesel and electric have taken over from the age of steam. Still, dotted about the country are relics of that romantic age. But they're disappearing rapidly, victims of the oxyacetylene torch. Old steam engines cut apart for the melting pot,
raw material for the throbbing power packs, which now pull much improved carriages along the permanent ways of Britain. There are many who mourn the passing of the steam train. Those great engines with great names that broke speed records and made small boys gasp. One of them was the Flying Scotsman, still very much alive and flying the flag for Britain. The world's most famous railway engine was off to America on a trade-boosting mission. From a Liverpool dockside, she was hoisted aboard a cargo liner for the Atlantic crossing. On the other side, the engine, which was rescued from the scrap heap, will follow a 2,200-mile route showing the people of the United States carriage loads of British goods. For 6 weeks, the Flying Scotsman will steam from Boston to Houston, giving American locomotive fans the treat of their lives. With her Buy British cargo, the Scot is expected to attract millions of visitors. Who said the age of steam was dead?
Alright, we are done. We have completed our journey of building a steam engine. It's still going. It's still going over there. And, yeah. I'm delighted. So, business as usual after this. Although I might start my spooky game that I hope to start earlier. But we'll see. And there's Bloodlines 2, which I just got my hands on because I pre-ordered it 5 years ago. I am the one who must suffer. So I will be playing that at some point. But you'll see me again on Monday. For now, though, we're going to raid Alguma, who is they're doing film things. Maybe they have started watching it. I don't know what it is. It's going to be something. Let's give them a message. There's our message. It works! It works! I'll see you another time.